infamous for its turbulent ocean currents and relentless winds, creating perilous conditions that test the skills of even the most seasoned mariners. It is an integral part of the Antarctic Circumpolar Current, recognized as the largest ocean current on the planet. The legendary expedition of Sir Ernest Shackleton through the Drake Passage starkly illustrates the extreme hazards that sailors confront. His voyage became renowned after the ship, the Endurance, became ensnared in the unforgiving ice of the region. Despite significant advancements in ship design that have enhanced safety for transits, the Drake Passage continues to pose a formidable challenge for adventurers. The phenomenon referred to as the Drake Shake persists, ensuring that the spirit of exploration remains ever vibrant. In 2018, the vessel Alta experienced a catastrophic engine failure, resulting in its drifting in the Atlantic Ocean while supplies dwindled and a hurricane loomed. Ultimately, the crew was rescued by the U.S. Coast Guard, highlighting the perils of maritime navigation. A year later, the MS Protector stumbled upon the abandoned Alta, prompting inquiries into how the ship traversed the Atlantic without any crew members on board. The circumstances surrounding this vessel's journey remained shrouded in mystery. The predicament of the Alta raises critical environmental concerns, particularly as it was left to succumb to rust and potentially endanger marine ecosystems. The options available to address the abandoned ship were both limited and financially burdensome. In the immediate aftermath of a collision, chaos ensued as passengers grappled with contaminated waters, many suffering inhalation of hazardous waste. The efforts to rescue those affected were severely impeded by the widespread panic and the adverse conditions. Accounts from survivors reveal heartrending experiences, notably that of Robert Haynes, who narrowly evaded death by remaining on deck. Ultimately, rescue operations succeeded in saving approximately 130 individuals, despite the overwhelming adversity. While often overshadowed by other maritime catastrophes, the Princess Alice tragedy endures as one of the deadliest incidents within British waters. The lack of recognition accorded to this disaster further underscores its tragic legacy. The SS Bachimo, initially constructed as a cargo ship in Hamburg and subsequently acquired by the Hudson Bay Company, faced significant challenges from ice and storms during the 1930s. Its journey was fraught with perilous encounters. Sightings of the SS Bachimo persisted annually until 1965, captivating explorers and treasure hunters alike. Reports suggested that while damage had occurred, the ship remained afloat, further fueling the legend of ghost ships. The legend of the Flying Dutchman, a vessel condemned to sail eternally, has inspired various tales of its enigmatic sightings. This narrative contributes richly to the folklore surrounding ghost ships and their haunting fascination. Many lifeboats deployed from the Titanic departed underfilled, transporting only a fraction of their capacity due to concerns regarding potential capsizing. Lifeboat number 7, for instance, managed to carry merely 27 out of a possible 65 individuals. Contrary to cinematic depictions, the treatment of third-class passengers during the evacuation varied significantly. Some accounts indicate they were not confined below decks and received assistance from crew members as well as first-class passengers. Survivor narratives present a range of experiences during the Titanic sinking, featuring distinct descriptions of the sounds associated with the ship's disintegration. The actual event took place in near darkness, complicating survivors' recollections. Captain Benjamin Briggs is remembered as a principled man who would not consider abandoning his son in New York, which stands in stark contrast to theories suggesting crew abandonment. This personal connection adds a layer of complexity to the enigma surrounding the Mary Celeste. Investigations into the Mary Celeste revealed that a malfunctioning pump combined with a storm may have precipitated the crew's evacuation prior to the ship capsizing. Such technical failures spotlight the precarious nature of maritime travel during that historical era. The case of the Mary Celeste distinguishes itself as one of the few ghost ship mysteries that invites public inquiry through accessible resources. Its prominence makes it a compelling subject for both enthusiasts and researchers. The MV Hoy mysteriously disappeared without a trace, leaving an empty vessel devoid of crew or cargo. The compromised radio indicated efforts to seek assistance, yet it was too late for intervention. The Carroll A. Deering was found abandoned on shore, leading to theories about possible mutiny among its crew. Observations from the last sightings revealed unusual activity on the ship prior to its enigmatic grounding. The SS Bimo, after being abandoned, became a ghost ship yet continued to drift for decades. Reports of sightings of Bimo persisted until 1969, generating speculation surrounding its ultimate fate. The video illustrates how overcrowding aboard the passenger ship contributed significantly to its sinking, serving as a vivid example of the inherent risks tied to poor management and oversight in maritime operations. It recounts the collision between the Dona and the Vector, demonstrating how negligence on the part of crew members can culminate in catastrophic outcomes for passengers as well as the broader environment. The Arctic disaster stands as a poignant illustration of how inadequate safety measures, particularly a lack of sufficient lifeboats, can precipitate a substantial loss of life during maritime crises. In the aftermath of the Titanic disaster, several ships faced abandonment, which contributed to the decline of the Collins Line, thereby altering the competitive landscape of maritime transport. This shift allowed other shipping companies to flourish devoid of competition. The nearby Californian failed to respond to the Titanic's distress signals due to a fundamental misunderstanding, emphasizing the critical communication breakdowns that occurred that fateful night. This error played a significant role in the ensuing tragedy. The absence of red flares aboard the Titanic significantly impeded effective communication of distress signals. This minor oversight resulted in catastrophic ramifications during an emergency situation. The shifting riverbed ultimately led to the burial of the Arabia, illustrating how human intervention in natural waterways aimed at enhancing shipping efficiency during the 19th century produced unforeseen consequences. David Hawley's unwavering quest for the Arabia involved exhaustive research alongside modern technological approaches, exemplifying the fusion of historical inquiry and scientific methodologies in the pursuit of lost treasures. The excavation yielded preserved ship's cargo, including everyday items and clothing, which provide valuable insights into the daily lives of 19th-century Americans, underscoring the archaeological significance that extends beyond mere treasure hunting. The distinctive geography of Sable Island contributes to its treacherous conditions, positioning it near pivotal shipping routes and bountiful fishing grounds. These geographic factors substantially increase the likelihood of shipwreck occurrences. Fog and changing weather patterns are instrumental in the island's shipwreck narrative, as the dense fog, emanating from the convergence of warm and cold air currents, renders navigation exceptionally challenging for sailors. Numerous survivors have noted miscalculations in their positions under these conditions. Despite efforts to cultivate vegetation, Sable Island largely remains inhospitable to plant life, with only a solitary pine tree enduring the extreme conditions. This lone tree has emerged as a poignant symbol of resilience amidst a backdrop of harsh environmental realities. Zoe's regular activities include collecting debris to monitor pollution levels, reflecting the significant impact of human activity on remote ecosystems. This proactive approach underscores her commitment to environmental stewardship and conservation. The exploration of the Titanic wreck has unveiled unique marine life while simultaneously accelerating the degradation of the ship itself, prompting heightened scientific interest in both its historical context and the ecosystem enveloping it. The tragic narrative of the RMS Titanic epitomizes the resilience of human endeavor, showcasing notable advancements in maritime technology and the vital lessons learned from its sinking, which continue to resonate in contemporary discourse. Rogue waves, often referred to as extreme storm waves, are posited as a contributing factor in the rapid sinking of ships within the Bermuda Triangle. These unexpected waves can materialize suddenly, resulting from a variety of weather conditions. Some theories posit a connection between the Bermuda Triangle and the fabled lost city of Atlantis, suggesting that energy rays may disrupt navigation. Although this theory is steeped in fantasy, it has nonetheless captured the imaginations of many worldwide. Another hypothesis attributes the rapid sinking of vessels to eruptions of methane gas from the ocean floor. Such releases could lead to a sudden decrease in water density, causing ships to sink without warning. The enigmatic nature of the Bermuda Triangle is further compounded by the shifting magnetic poles, complicating the predictability of its exact location. This ongoing dynamic raises pertinent questions regarding navigation and vessel safety within the region. The Michigan Triangle exhibits a history of mysterious disappearances that parallels those of the Bermuda Triangle. This lesser-known area has been the site of various vessels vanishing under peculiar circumstances. The so-called Devil's Triangle in the Pacific Ocean is characterized by a high concentration of methane hydrates, which may be implicated in ship disappearances. Ongoing environmental changes in this region are currently under examination to elucidate these anomalies. Numerous cruise lines, especially Royal Caribbean, have significantly expanded their fleets with groundbreaking ships like the Wonder of the Seas, thereby enhancing the cruising experience for passengers. The Wonder of the Seas boasts remarkable features, including distinct neighborhoods replete with parks, entertainment amenities, and specialized services such as Royal Genies, offering an unparalleled luxury experience for guests. Contemporary cruise ships prioritize technological innovations, facilitating expedited boarding processes while enhancing overall passenger convenience and satisfaction throughout their voyages. Robert Ballard's 1985 discovery irrevocably altered perceptions surrounding the Titanic's wreckage, revealing that the vessel had fragmented during its descent and left a trail of debris. This new understanding redefined historical narratives regarding the ship's demise. In a recent 2022 expedition, researchers undertook over 200 hours of underwater exploration, resulting in the capture of more than 700,000 images of the Titanic. This extensive documentation aims to deliver a comprehensive and nuanced view of the wreck and its maritime environment. Environmental challenges, including severe conditions and the presence of bacteria such as Halomonas titanicae, exacerbate the decay of the Titanic's remains. These factors underscore the urgency of studying the wreckage before it vanishes entirely.